Hey guys, Logical Promotion, and in this video we're going to be talking about Berkley City, California, and what they're doing with their police. Alright, so Berkley City has, I guess, voted to put a plan in place where the police there will no longer handle routine traffic stops. They're going to have unarmed people, I guess, who are going to be employed through the Berkley City Department of Transportation that are going to be responsible for these routine traffic stops. Now, obviously, this makes no sense. Mainly because I can already think of many scenarios in my head where you would need a weapon for protection. And that's not even necessarily thinking worst case. The reality is, all you have to do is look at the data out there. Many routine traffic stops turn into situations that require you to at times use deadly force. It's just a reality. The numbers out there, you cannot even argue that. So in knowing that, do you not think that you're putting the lives of people who cannot defend themselves, you're putting them at risk? Do you think that every negative altercation that turns into a shooting or something like that is truly caused by the police, to the extent that by doing this we will no longer have any police shootings? And then the funny part is they say that, oh well, if the person is not responding to how they need to respond, we can still have the police come in. Or if they draw a weapon on the person, the employee that has pulled them over and doing the routine stop, the police can still get involved. It's going to be kind of late then, don't you think? No, and keep this in mind. What do you think stops people from acting out in the first place? It's because you know that the police has deadly force and you don't want them to use it against you. If you take that element away, what do you think is going to happen? And then I saw where Los Angeles and New York City was looking at adopting the same thing, and I'm like, New York City, like you already have an uptick in crime that's clearly a result of defunding the police and you morally just destroying your police force. It doesn't make any sense to me. And this is going to cause major problems. Major problems. The only thing that I hope that the people who are stupid enough to put this vote forward and to pass it, these people better be held accountable when someone loses their life. Not if, but when. Because the police are armed for a reason. You cannot segment out this one piece and say, the police don't need to respond to this. Yes, they do. Because people can have weapons in their cars. The fact that you act like it's just going to eliminate all police brutality cases is just beyond ignorant. And I don't see how this helps whatsoever. And I guess it was the mayor or whoever, I can't think of who it was, forgive me, but he was talking, I believe it was the mayor of Berkley City, but he was saying that, for too long we haven't listened and we need to do better policing, this and that. No, you don't. Yeah, there may be training stuff that you could do better, but the majority of the negative encounters between police and civilians are due to civilians not following orders. Let's just be for real. A lot of these people are criminals. They're not listening to the police, and that is why we are ending up with these shootings. And you've already saw it with Hakeem Littleton. People don't even care if the shooting is just or not. They just want to destroy things. And you guys I don't know why you would want to destroy your police department. And the people who are actually living in these places, I really do wonder, do they support these policies? Like, do the people actually living in these cities, do they want their cities to be more dangerous? Like, I don't understand how they keep voting for these people who are clearly just making their city that much worse. It's so obvious. But I guess when you drink the Kool-Aid and you really believe that somehow the police are bad, no, the police are the only thing that's standing in the way between you and everybody just walking into your house and taking whatever they want. That's it. and you want to do away with them so that they don't then want to protect you, well, go for it. And this is, I really, really, really hope that some of these police just put the gun and badge down for a little bit, walk away, let people see what happens when you don't have a police department. Let them see what happens, because I'm so tired of people making police out to be bad people when these, in fact, are the people who are helping people, who are coming to the aid, when we have burglaries or shootouts or gang violence, all drug trafficking. They're the ones out there handling the stuff, like I said before, that no one wants to handle. And then we want to use a couple bad apples and say, oh, you guys are all negative, you guys are all bad, we need to put a ton more money in training. Look, training is not the problem. Okay, training is not the problem. You guys can do whatever you want from the perspective of the policing side, but it's not going to solve the problem, because the problem is not on the policing side. This is basic problem solving 101. Okay, if you're trying to put forth a solution that doesn't even address the problem, don't be surprised when the problem still exists after you apply that solution. We need to actually be honest with ourselves and see what is causing the issues that we are having, and then just be willing to say it. Just be willing to say, hey, people shouldn't act out like they do when they're pulled over, or this or that. Or you shouldn't have had that warrant out for you. You shouldn't have been driving without a license. This idea that the cops just want to pull you over and shoot you or beat you is just beyond stupid. It's beyond stupid, and people are actually buying into it. But let them do what they want to do, because California, for some reason, I think they're trying to set a goal to be, the dumbest state in the United States, and I would say they're pretty far ahead. They have a good lead. I don't know why they're trying to make that gap even bigger, but at some point, things are going to catch up to them, and people are going to get upset. But look, this is the thing. People are going to vote. And a lot of these Democrats who think that people are still behind them are not going to be behind them, because people are starting to see, I think you guys are going a little bit too far. You're going too far, and the reason is because you have not figured out how to beat Donald Trump. He is just whooping you guys so bad that you're going further and further and further, even to the point where the crazies that support you can hardly support you anymore. That's how far left you guys are gone. And the more you keep pushing, the more support you're going to lose over time. And that's totally fine, because a lot of those are going to end up becoming independent voters, or they're going to vote for Donald Trump. And there have been liberals that have said, hey, with everything going on, Donald Trump may get my vote. And I mean, what can you say, right? But stuff like this, the defund the police stuff and reallocation of funds, and it's crazy that all these cities that are doing these things, these blue cities, don't understand that the reason that they're having to do this in the first place is because they allow so much poverty in their city. The police isn't the problem. Okay, think about this. If you have high poverty, naturally you are going to have high interaction with the police, because high poverty means higher crime, right? So the way you bring down these altercations is by lowering poverty, which in turn lowers crime, and that lowers police interaction. It's a very common sense approach, and it isn't rocket science. But because you guys need the Democrats, the people who are following you, to actually stay ignorant, you cannot educate them to the point of them becoming free thinkers. Because the second they become free thinkers, they're going to realize that you guys have nothing to offer, and they're just going to quickly drop you. Once they realize, beyond calling Donald Trump racist and all this and all, all the basic things that you guys do, once they realize it's all smoke and mirrors and you guys really have no policy that actually helps people, or when they understand that the policy you guys have put in place really hurt them, then I'm telling you, they're gonna say, I'm out of here. And it's happening more and more and more to more people. Obviously, that's kind of the walk away movement, the red pill, movement. It's happening. And you guys are gonna continue pushing people so far left that they're just going to say, hey, I'm out of this party. I don't even know what this is anymore. This isn't what I signed up for. But anyway, guys, you let me know. Is defunding the police something that we should actually be pursuing? Is it a smart idea? Do you think some of these blue cities that have high crime rate, do you think it's due to the actual Democratic policy, right? I mean, I do, but who knows? I could be wrong. That's what this is for. Open dialogue and debate. You guys let me know. Take care. Have a good one.